The following program is rated GE. It is suitable for general family viewing.
Hello and welcome to Beyond the Limit. And as always, it's that moment where we talk about, challenges, but then these ones that are being transformed to messages of hope. And so this day we'll be focusing on autism, being Awareness Month for Autism. We'll be talking to a medic who will walk us through what autism is. But of importance, we speak to the founder of Agape Special Center, a special center that handles special kids, including those ones that have autism. Let's listen in to what it is that autism is. Did you know that autism is not an illness? Autism, also called Autism Spectrum Disorder, ASD, refers to a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech, and nonverbal communication. Early recognition as well as behavioral education and family therapies may reduce symptoms and support development and learning. Now let's dive into today's episode where we'll know more about autism. There's no better way of understanding the condition than to speak to a medic who will tell us what autism is about, especially in this month where we're trying to create awareness. So, Dr. thank you so much for allowing yourself time to speak to us. Begin by introducing yourself and as well tell us what autism is.
I'm Dr. James Ochieng, consultant neurologist at Agape Autism Center.
Right.
So today I would like to inform you more about autism, since it is Autism Month and we need to do autism awareness. So autism, it's a neurological disorder. It's majorly known in early childhood. There is a lot of factors that is associated with autism. For you to know autism as a neurological order, since it affects the neurons, as you understand, that is the brain. It also causes challenges such as social behavioral factors of the child.
Okay.
Also cause developmental milestones of a child, among other things that we are going to speak about.
Dr. We are at Agape where they deal with different, conditions. But how then does one get to understand at that point of diagnosis that this is autism, this is a different condition? And I mean, in this program, we have handled a couple of them that are like cerebral palsy, Down syndrome. You almost find that some of these, concerns and this, staggering of a child are similar. So how does one get to know that this is different from this and this is autism?
For you to get to understand about autism, because it's unknown, because studies have tried to get to know the cause of the autism. Autism comes from the many genotypes because it's something that's acquired by the gene mutation. And the other thing also, environmental factors plays a key role. How you will get to know the baby has an autism, you will notice that your child is having developmental milestone. I'm expecting a child 2 to 4 months can support the neck by itself. There is a lot of things that will check on the developmental milestone of a child that will make us to diagnose this baby with autism, because there is other conditions that might mimic autism, such as cerebral palsy. We have patients with special condition like epilepsy that might mimic because they are conditions that affect also the brain.
Yes. All right, and so we come to this space, and I say this is a very nice space of therapy. What are some of the therapy options that are available and interventions that are available for autism children? Okay,
it targets mostly, these are the kids who are growing just right from the birth to probably 2 months. It will also need multidisciplinary of management and diagnosis of this baby. So on our issues, first we will need, if the baby is not able to speak, because I am expecting a child 24 months is able to make maybe a little story, it's able to mention first name, he or she is able to make some social interactions. So this can be alarming One of the things that we are doing here, it's occupational therapy. Those children who are not able to speak, we can engage them by speech therapist, communication therapist, and we have physical intervention, because you find that a baby with autism has got challenges with social interaction. So maybe we'll try to engage this child socially by playing. Some of them, yes, they are trying to speak, but the speech is slurred. So we need to actively engage these kids so that they can achieve their developmental milestone.
Okay. So in this case, we're saying that once a child has been diagnosed with autism, then we are not about to reverse. We're not capable of reversing the situation, but rather we manage to stay with them in terms of, just walking them through these processes of therapy?
Not per se, because we have got kids whom we have diagnosed with autism, and they have come out of this. This will only happen with early intervention. When you find that the baby has got a slurred speech, at maybe 2 years, that's a concern, because we're expecting a child to speak by 2 years.
Yeah.
So when this intervention, and that's why during this month we want to do good sensitization, so that we can help ourselves in this, because we've found that there is a gap between community, society, and the centers that are supporting this.
In the process of therapy, and basically upon diagnosis, are there certain forms of medication that are administered to these kids, and is it medication that they're supposed to live with, or it's at some point in time then we leave medication and we focus more on therapy, and also on the aspect of nutrition?
There is no benefit of waiting this child to be now unable to communicate totally, is when we're trying to, because brain cells, they normally grow. So the earlier you start to train the brain cells, the better.
So in the process of these interventions is when maybe one can be administered with some element of medicine.
They can be given maybe antidepressant, antipsychotic, things like that. But it is not per se on medication. It is between the society and the centers, and also what we are doing to prevent them to reach in a point of medication.
How special should we treat their nutritional cycles in terms of just what it is that they eat?
Severe acute malnutrition, it's a whole discussion of another day, because beside having, there is a brain, and the brain have got centers that help us in our development. For example, we have speech, we have cognitions, we have centers where movement, nerve movement, that all of them involves the brain. So, and there is the source of the problem. So when we try to give intervention as early as possible through occupational therapies, through early diagnosis, because you find mostly there might be missed diagnosis, then these patients, they suffer later in life. Because if you see, we don't have a lot of centers, autism centers, that really support these children, and also society stigmatization, so they feel.
Okay. Any forms of research gaps that you perhaps think, as society, we might need to go deeper in terms of just making sure that we get better interventions?
We need to support the centers, autism centers, and if even we could open more centers, I think we will reduce, and we will have a lot of these kids, so that we can do a lot of research. According to WHO, it says that more of just genetic and environmental factors. But me, as per I feel that maybe it begins maybe in terms of, at times of conception. Yeah, maybe what the mother eats, the supplements that they should do, and also because of stigmatization, and maybe about taking care of girl-child gender. It will also play a major role on management of this.
Thank you so much, Dr. I mean, even as we try to create awareness, I think it's important that we have all stakeholders coming together, you know, so that we all know how best we need to take care of the children that we have. And if there are any forms of preventative measures, then we as well go ahead and take that. How about we speak to the lady who's the founder of Agape and just get to know what is this that inspired her to set up this institution that handles special children, and just how easy it is for them to manage, especially these ones that have autism, as we create that awareness after this break. All right, welcome back to the broadcast. We now speak to Nan Jog. Nan Jog is the founder as well as the executive director of Agape Special Center that deals with children who have special concerns, and autism is amongst them. So we just get to understand what plays out here, and of importance, just what got her to beginning this center, because this is beyond the limit. And this certainly, when you look at it as a center, is, you know, that center that takes life to that extra mile for these children. So asante sana Nancy for welcoming us here. Nini ilikufanya ukaanza Agape Special Center?
I'm Nancy Njoroge, a mother of 3. I have 2 girls and a boy who is Clinton and who is autistic at the same time. So I gave birth to Clinton when he was a normal boy, like any other child, and all the milestones were okay. Later, at age of 5 months, he was diagnosed with a heart problem. And the doctor told us to go to India for an operation of open heart surgery. So my journey started there. And when my journey started there, I didn't know it would bring some other consequences after. So, because at that tender age of 5 months, you can imagine, it's a journey I've walked. Today, Clinton is 23 years. But I'm a happy mother and a proud woman. Clinton has really achieved a lot. So after the surgery, what happened, everything after the surgery went off. The speech, sight, sensation, our senses, and for Clinton, that is. So, and the operation was done in India, not in Kenya, so we had to go to India. So this gentleman stayed in the ICU for 3 months in a foreign country. And
you were there?
I think it strengthened me.
It strengthened you?
Yeah.
So thereafter, Clinton is 23 years old. Clinton is 23 years old, you know, like a normal baby, or just what happened thereafter?
After the surgery, the first surgery did not work well for him. So immediately they had to repeat again, another open heart surgery. I think in the process, something went off and affected the brain. I suspect this is oxygen, maybe lack of enough oxygen, because what happens, I think the doctors can tell us better. You move, you do this, the heart surgery when you stop the heart first, and then you do the surgery. So in that process,
something went amiss. All right.
So I started the journey from there. Coming back to Kenya, we started the therapy. So that is early intervention, because now it was detected. Something went off. Brain scar or brain injury.
So with the hope that he's going to get better?
With the hope Clinton was to get better, it just happened. So when I came back to Kenya, I started the journey. 3 days therapy sessions in Kenyatta, 3 days in a week sessions at Kenyatta. So the more you do it frequently or repeatedly, it's better. So the results were wow, because the whole neck control had gone.
So basically problems with the milestones, or child's milestone. All right, so Clinton is here, evidently not to perfection, maybe perhaps as you would have expected as a mother. So is Clinton the reason why then you set up Agape?
I normally say he's the founder because we started, Agape started at the, after achieving the milestone, that is neck, holding the neck, sitting came back, senses came back,
For him.
eyesight came back,
Beautiful.
sitting and walking,
Nice.
and also toileting, all those milestones. So standing and then you walk.
Okay.
So walking came at an age of 12 years. After waiting from 1 year and a half, 12 years.
So therapy works.
Therapy works.
Therapy.
That's one I can assure the parents who are out there, therapy works.
Okay.
And it worked for me. When now Clinton walked, Agape was born.
So what do we do here at Agape now that that was born, and it was born to bring hope and treatment?
Treatment to
Yeah.
kids with disability. Now the programs we have at Agape, we deal with children from 3 years all the way going to 25 years.
Okay.
So as young as that early age. At Agape, our programs are therapy. We do therapy services. After immediately you assess a child and then you employ the program.
Okay.
We have the therapist with us throughout. It's a therapy center.
But all the same, it's a school because then
It's
they
a
learn a
school
lot of things.
Because we do therapy after therapy, there is inclusivity on education. Because the moment you train a child to hold a spoon,
Okay.
you are assured if you give that child a pen, he'll also hold it.
All right.
And maybe do some scribbling and writing.
And writing.
So the moment we train them, we are able now to hand them over to all to do integration.
So in this case, it means that, well, it doesn't matter at what age, because they would stay longer here before then they go to the other schools, the usual school.
The challenge we have on that area,
Yeah.
since because of these problems, because I deal with kids with cerebral palsy, those ones with autism, and those ones with mobility, disability, and those ones with Down syndrome, all this. That challenge, it's very hard other schools to understand. A child with all those conditions can be accommodated in the normal running.
Okay.
So what we do after the therapy, you achieve a lot.
Okay.
The moment you achieve a lot, there is that gap.
Okay.
You tell a parent to lock that child in the house? No, move on. So for us, we are a bit patient. These are kids, they are 25 years, no speech,
Is it?
no concentration, no coordination. What do? You go now, you move to the next step. So that's why you have to check another program for nutrition.
Okay.
What do you give them?
Right.
Because mostly when you feed them with sugary items or sugary food, they become hyper. So concentration in a class, it's a nullum. So what happens? Now the teacher has to be patient and you train per kid, unlike other schools.
It's special to different kids. You
It's
know,
because
like,
of different condition and some other aspects. So there is nutrition and also inclusivity in education. That is, you train them the ADLs. ADLs, it's going to toilet. It has to be programmed.
Okay.
Feeding, you program. Walking, you train them. So these are
And the durations are different for every child.
My son, there is no speech, even at the moment.
Even at this point.
He's able to call to say mom in his own way or his own language. Mom, baba, but nothing else. And there is still hope.
All right.
We'll still achieve
that milestone, that very important milestone. Okay. So some of them spend here, or they like it's a day school, or what?
So the services we offer, for every child, therapy takes 40 minutes or maybe 30 minutes.
Every day?
Every day, for each child.
Right.
So there is that, those ones on day scholars, there are that aspect for those ones who come, the parents comes, you are given the service and then you go. And then we have that option after the creating awareness. I receive so many cases from other counties, not only Nairobi and Kiambu, even other. I have a child from all the way from Lamu. So that shows there is need there. There is the other kids from Nyahururu. We still have them here. And we have other kids from Kajiado.
So there are boarding services in
So
here.
there is boarding services there. I am at the moment, currently there are 30. So there are those who are boarders, 15. And the others are within this locality, 15 of them.
So in less than 30 seconds, it is Awareness Month. What is this one message that you'd love for us to go with for the people, even as we create awareness on autism and perhaps just how best we can handle our special children?
The April 2nd, it's annually, it's the climax month for autism awareness. So the moment Nancy and the other stakeholders create awareness about autism, the society and everybody should accept. So it comes autism acceptance. And these kids, they are talented. And then the next move is you support them.
We appreciate you, and we say that no child is a child of a lesser God, that these children should be given equal opportunity to live and enjoy life just like we are. And that's basically what we always preach right here on Beyond the Limit. These stories might come across as though they are sad stories on first instances, but then again, when you turn the whole thing for it to be a beautiful story, then we have no reason not to celebrate that. We celebrate you, Nancy. Thank you so much. All right, keep doing what it is that you're doing. Please do not lock that child back at home, because there's hope out here. My name is Linda Alela. It was nice having you from these spaces of Agape Special Center. We say kwaheri and look forward to see you again next Saturday. Bye-bye.